Hey friends, I'm Mel, and you are in for a treat today. This video is packed full of goodness. I found the most amazing and delicious twist on an old favorite comfort food that we all love. I made another new casserole that I've been eyeing for a long time, and I share a quick and easy homestyle breakfast too. Plus, this entire video is just full of little tips, tricks, and surprises for you to enjoy, and hopefully they'll make your life a lot easier too. This is just the kind of video that I absolutely love. So let's get started with the chicken and dumpling casserole. If you're new here, I like to focus on quick and easy meals that are made with a lot of just simple, basic ingredients, but taste delicious. And this chicken and dumpling casserole is no exception. I've struggled to make chicken and dumplings good for years, and I have found my new best friend. And we're going to start by melting half a stick of butter in a 9x13 pan. While our butter is melting in our skillet, I'm going to take 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of this Southern Biscuit Formula L biscuit mix. And I'm just going to mix this together. This recipe calls for you to use flour, but I made some biscuits out of this for the first time the other day, and we fell in love with it, so I'm using it. But feel free to use flour. If you use self-rising, all you do is self-rising in milk. Of course, if it is just regular flour, you'll need to add your baking powder, salt, and stuff to make it rise. This is not sponsored. This is just a really good biscuit mix that my friend Carol gave me. She said it has been the best biscuits that she ever made in her life, and I think I might agree. This was very, very good. When your butter is completely melted, you're just going to take your chicken and kind of pull it apart and put it all in the bottom of your casserole dish right into this butter. Now, I'm just using some chicken that I have cooked up in the crock pot. I put it in there from frozen. I'll throw some anti-no-nos and a little bit of black pepper on it and a couple tablespoons of butter. And I didn't even put any water with it. I just cooked it on high for about 4 hours, and the frozen chicken just renders some water. So I do this about every week, just because I like to have chicken prepped on hand to make casseroles and stuff with. If I don't get it used, you can just freeze and then you have it to pull out later. You could definitely use a rotisserie chicken. You could use leftover turkey from the holidays. Just use your imagination, whatever you have. And this recipe did say, I think, 3 cups of chicken. I probably have a hearty 2.5, maybe 2 1/4 cups. But you know, a lot of times you don't have to have as much meat as a recipe calls for. That's just, a way that I kind of cut corners a little bit. I mean, we're not malnourished here. We get protein. We're fine. So you can cut back a little bit and stretch your grocery bill just a little bit farther. When you get to this point right here, I just like to throw a little bit of seasonings on top of my chicken, using some black pepper. I'm also going to put on just a little bit of anti-no-nos, and this is salt with garlic powder and onion powder. Then you're going to take your biscuit mixture or your dumpling portion here, your flour and milk that you've put together, and you're just going to pour that right over top of your chicken. And I think you can see right there why I like that biscuit mix. Those are like big butter flakes. So I just think that would be great in the dumplings. Now we're going to mix our cream of chicken soup with some chicken broth. And for anyone who's never seen this, this is a chicken broth base, and I just keep this in the refrigerator. You just mix like a spoonful of this with a cup of water, and you get chicken broth. That's a real space saver in your pantry. One little thing to mention is that if you like some vegetables, you could put some frozen peas on top of that chicken before you put the breading mixture on there or something like that. Carrots, whatever, mixed vegetables, makes it more like a chicken pot pie really, but some people like that. Once you get that chicken laid down, you don't want to mix the biscuit mixture in there. You just want to pour it on top of the chicken. And now with the soup and the broth, I'm pouring it right on top of the biscuit layer. And you do not mix all this together. You're just pouring it right on top of the other, and it will mix in just a little, but you don't want to mix all that together. And this is going to go in 400 degrees uncovered for 35 to 45 minutes. Now we're going to do some honey butter skillet corn. I've got my cast iron skillet on about medium, and I've heated 2 tablespoons of butter in here. And now I'm going to squeeze in 2 tablespoons full of honey. You just want to stir that honey and that butter together. Then we're going to add in some frozen corn. My bag is just a 12-ounce bag. Just going to stir it around till everything gets coated and it comes back up to temperature here about 5 or 8 minutes. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and you can see my corn is cooking right up. Some of that water where it was frozen's coming out, and that's fine. That's what you want. When it gets to this point, I'm just going to season it up with a little bit of salt and pepper. And here comes the magic of this corn, is some cream cheese. And I'm using this whipped cream cheese spread just because it's easier to get out. And I don't want to take just a couple of tablespoons off of a block of cream cheese and have it laying around. We use this kind of cream cheese in wraps a lot anyway, so we almost always have this on hand. Just going to stir this into your corn, and like I said, it's going to look like it's getting really watery, but that is going to cook right out. And this cream cheese, it takes this honey and this butter, this corn to the next level. You're going to love this. And you can see how quickly these sides have come together. This corn is so good, and I love making it in the cast iron skillet. Everything just tastes better in a cast iron skillet. And here's the moment I've just been waiting for. When this casserole came out, I was kind of concerned. I wasn't sure what it was supposed to look like, but it did look kind of soupy, but chicken and dumplings are soupy. So I just began to kind of spoon down in there. And guys, look at this. This is chicken and dumplings in a casserole dish. Best dumplings I've ever made. When I try to make dumplings on top of the stove, I am bad to have them scorch on the bottom. This was so delicious, and that biscuit mix made the best dumplings. They were so flavorful and delicious. The longer this set, it did get a little bit thicker, but I like my chicken and dumplings thick. I just can't tell you how wholesome, how cozy, how wonderful these chicken and dumplings were. Every one of us here absolutely loved this chicken and dumpling casserole. Patrick, he just did not have enough good things to say about this. Even Maddie, who if she sees a pot of chicken and dumplings would not eat it, she loved this. And the corn, as always, was just spot on. And who can go wrong with green beans? A total comfort food meal. Stick to your ribs. So delicious. If you enjoy chicken and dumplings, or if you're like me and you've always had a little bit of trouble just getting the flavors and the textures of chicken and dumplings right, give this recipe a try and let me know what you think. I cannot wait to hear back from you on this one. Hey friends, if you're having a good time and enjoying this video so far, it would mean a lot to me if you would go ahead and hit that like button. And I wanted to let you know that today's video is part of a big cozy casserole playlist. This collab's hosted by my friend Sammy over at Managing the Maze, and we will have a link to the playlist in each of our description boxes. Lots of great creators are taking part in this, so if you're looking for some new casserole ideas, you're in luck today. Big thanks to Sammy for hosting. Be sure and check her channel out. You will enjoy her content. She does what's for dinners and grocery hauls every week, and she is a wonderful cook and a really good friend. Sammy's one of the first folks I met when I started on YouTube, and I have just enjoyed getting to know her over these last couple years. So be sure and check all this out when you're done here, and let's get on to the next casserole. This is a recipe that I had seen on the Plain Chicken website a long time ago. I am so happy that I finally got around to this one. Once again, these are very simple ingredients that you can find at any grocery store. You probably have a lot of this in your fridge or pantry already. And it's important to note, I did half this recipe, and that little red thing is a glob of frozen tomato paste that I'm using in this recipe as well. First thing you're going to do is just boil up your noodles al dente, and I'm just using about 2 cups of chicken, and I'm just beating up 1 egg down in the corner of that bowl. I'm going to use 1 15-ounce jar of your favorite 4-cheese Alfredo sauce. Putting in that 1 tablespoon of tomato paste that I've thawed out of the freezer. Going to put in 4 ounces of sour cream and then 8 ounces of ricotta cheese. And I would assume here that you could definitely substitute cottage cheese like you would in any other Italian dish if you prefer. I'm going to put in a little spoonful of garlic. And then I am going to use just about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese and about 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. Going to put in about 2 big tablespoons of parsley flakes and then just mix all this up together. Drain that pasta and lightly coat it with your chicken and cheese mixture. Just going to turn that entire mixture into a greased 9x13 casserole dish. Get it spread out nicely. Then we're going to top it with another maybe 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese and another 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese. I want to sprinkle just a little bit more parsley over the top. I love how that looks when it bakes into the cheese. Going to bake it at 350 for 30 to 40 minutes. Just want it to get gooey and golden. Everything in here is cooked. This dish was absolutely amazing. I've been seeing a lot of recipes where you take like a jar of spaghetti sauce and Alfredo sauce and combine it, and I was not sure about it. So this was the perfect way for me to baby step myself into that. I think the tomato paste was what I liked so much. It wasn't overpowering, but what you did taste of the tomato was a very deep flavor, not overpowering, just good. Again, everyone here loved this. The next time I make it, I am definitely going to make the entire recipe, and I will split it between 2 pans. I'll freeze 1 for later and bake 1 for supper. You're going to love this one. Now let's go back in time to just a few days after Christmas, and I'm going to show you some biscuits I made out of that new biscuit mix and some quick and easy gravy tricks. I've got a new product I'm trying out today. One of you guys emailed me about this Southern biscuit mix, but what was so funny was that my friend Carol, she's a cousin, aunt, some relation, but she's my friend too. She brought me this to church. She said she ordered me something. She said this has made the best biscuits she's ever made. Then right after that, I got an email from you. Southern Biscuit Formula L Complete Biscuit Mix. The only thing is I don't have buttermilk, but I'm just going to mix it with regular milk, and we're going to give this a try today. I'm following the instructions pretty much on here. You cook them 10 to 12 minutes at 450. What I did see on the front of the package is just like white lily flour. This is made from soft winter wheat. But it has, looks like, excuse me, bits of butter. There's a good piece. Let me pick it out. This and through there. So anyway, I've got 3 1/4 cups of that mix, and 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. Maybe I should have used a little less milk because I have just regular milk, not buttermilk. I forgot about that. And you just stir it just until it's combined. And I also may be short that 1/4 cup of baking mix because I lost track of how much I put in here. But let's get it fixed up here and see what our dough looks like. Yeah, I think I shorted myself that 1/4 cup. Let me get just a little bit more. Got my dough turned out here on this board. This mix is kind of runny. I don't know. Maybe I still didn't have enough mix in it. Okay, I ended up putting 1/2 cup, maybe a little bit more of that biscuit mix in here, and I just had to go in and use my hands. I sort of lost track of how many cups I had in there. I don't know. I may have had just 2.5. But anywho, got it out on a floured surface, and you can really see those bits of butter or whatever that is coming through. And I'm just patting it out to about 1/4 inch thick. I'm just taking my cast iron griddle here, greasing it up very generously with some Crisco. Got my biscuit cutter that my dad made, my little can one. I love it. Dip it in flour, then cut your biscuits. And you just want to come straight up. You don't want to twist them. When you twist your biscuits, when you're cutting them, it seals around the edge and they can't rise as tall. And we want big, tall, flaky biscuits. Now these ain't the prettiest things. They never are going in, but I just kind of moved them around so I could squeeze as many as I could, and I made me a little weird shaped one. These are going in a 450-degree oven for about 10 or 12 minutes. Oh yes. There they are. I gave them 2 more minutes. These are delicious. Definitely get you some of this biscuit mix if you can get your hands on it and give it a try. And I had no additional butter in these biscuits or on top of them at all, and they are perfect. We want some gravy, sausage to go with our biscuits, and I'm going to use 2 packets of this Pioneer gravy. If you watched our vacation vlog, we used this the whole time we were on vacation, and my mom did this little trick right here. The instructions on this package are to bring, this is for 1 package, you would bring 1.5 cups of water to a boil, and then you're supposed to mix 1 package of this with 1/2 cup of water and pour that into your boiling water. But my mom, Granny, said to mix this with milk instead of water, and it honestly does make it delicious. So I'm doing 2 packs here to 1 cup of water. Okay, I have my skillet that I fried our sausage in, and I just left 1 piece of sausage in here and crumbled it up, leaving all the grease in it, adding in 3 cups of water. Want to get that up to a boil. Now, could I have made regular gravy? Yes, I could, but I was running low on milk. With this packaged gravy, I only needed 1 cup of milk. To make enough gravy for us, I would have needed, probably used all my milk that I had left, and maybe not even had enough. So this is a quick little fix, and that gravy packet is good. While I'm waiting on that to boil, I want to show you these biscuits. When you put your biscuits close together, look how tall they'll rise up. And this one's cooled off a little bit, but you can see the butteriness in there. But I wanted to show you this. My dad has been making jellies, but look at this grape jelly. My dad made this, and he made this out of juice. He made a pineapple one that had the pineapple in it that was delicious. I've already eaten all that one. This one right here, we are going crazy for. And he calls this one carrot cake. This one has pineapple and pears and carrots, and then you see the pieces of carrots in there and a bunch of spices, and this stuff, it tastes like carrot cake. These are so delicious, and I am gonna have him on my channel making some of these. If you guys are interested, I figured you would be. We just gotta set us a date to do it. Okay, we are boiling now. Just gonna give this one last whisk to make sure got all the lumps out, and we're gonna add that gravy packet that we've mixed with the water into this. And you notice I just had a little bit of sausage. We just like a little bit of sausage in our gravy, mainly the essence of the sausage, the flavor. Yes, the essence of the sausage. Sorry. But if you like more sausage in your gravy, use more. And the thing about this, man, this stuff gets done so quick. I barely got time to salt and pepper it, and it is getting thick on me. It's so fast and so easy. I mean, look, it's done. Bingo. But I like a thick gravy for breakfast. And there's just something about winter and Christmas and the holidays. You just love breakfast. Even though it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we are just poking around here, taking it easy today. So we're having breakfast lunch. And also I need to mention, if you don't want sausage in this at all, you don't have to put sausage in here. You don't have to put grease in here. All you have to do is take you a saucepan with some water in it, and you can make this right according to their directions with absolutely no sausage, no grease, no anything. Now that Pioneer, they do make a gravy. I think it is sausage gravy flavored. Don't get it though. It's not as good as just the plain white biscuit gravy, in my opinion. I've already got the heat turned off this, and I'm going to set it back here off the stove eye, and I'll show you what else we've got to eat. Okie dokie, here's our spread. Breakfast, lunch. This might even be dinner too. We'll see. Plenty of jams and jellies. Still eating on my pear butter that I got a while back from Jam and Jams. Almost down to the end of my Christmas jam. But I do have another jar I haven't opened yet of that. And my good stuff that my dad made. This wonderful biscuit mix. This was really good. We've already tried it. I'll be getting this again. Well, you can see I've already tried it. Got a little bit of sausage gravy. We got leftover hash brown casserole, and my mother-in-law always makes this for me at Christmas, but I do have a video of me making it. I'll put the recipe and a link to that video down below in case you want to try it. And then we have a little bit of the leftover quiche too. And we love this juice cocktail, orange, pineapple, apple from Welch's. I don't think I've shown you this before, but if you like a light, not overpowering orange taste, this one is delicious. I don't know about you, but I had a great time this week. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the playlist. And thank you, Sammy, for hosting this Cozy Casserole collab. And if you guys make any of these recipes, be sure to send me your pictures on Instagram. I love to see what you've made, and I love to get your feedback. And if you need more inspiration, I've got a couple of videos up on the screen that you might have missed. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you spending your time with me. And until I see you again, I send you love from my kitchen.